The second session of carbohydrate is a continuation of derived monosaccharides. Here you can find the remaining monosaccharide derivatives like sugar acids and sugar phosphates. About sugar acid, the open or ring structure and biological importance of D-gluconic acid, D-glucuronic acid, and D-glucaric acid is explained in this session, as well as about sugar phosphate, the Haber structure and biological importance of glucose 6-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate is also mentioned in this session. Coming to the second derivative of monosaccharide, that is sugar acid, the derivative of sugar in which the carbonyl group or the primary alcoholic group, you know that carbohydrates are polyhydroxy aldehydes or ketone. So normally in carbohydrate there will be either aldehyde group or ketonic group, and there will be primary alcoholic group also. So the sugars in which this aldehydic or ketonic group or the primary alcoholic group or both group undergo oxidation to form carboxylic acids are termed as sugar acids or acid derivative of monosaccharides. There are three types of sugar acid depending on the position, depending on the group which is undergoing oxidation. There are three types of sugar acids. The first type is aldonic acid. For example, D-gluconic acid. Here, the aldehyde group is undergoing oxidation to form carboxylic acid. The CHO group of the glucose, if the example is glucose, what we are considering, the CHO group is undergoing oxidation to form COOH group, carboxyl group. Those derivative of D-glucose sugar in which an aldehyde group is undergoing oxidation using bromine water. How can we conduct the oxidation using bromine water at pH 5 to form acid is termed as D-gluconic acid. This type of sugar acids are generally termed as aldonic acid. The structure, this is the structure of D-glucose. So from this D-glucose structure, the first carbon aldehyde group is oxidized in presence of bromine water to form carboxyl group. So this structure is the structure of D-gluconic acid, and the open chain structure or the Fischer structure of D-gluconic acid can be represented in this pattern. Now, the second type of sugar acid is alduronic acid. Before we go to alduronic acid, let us see the biological importance of D-gluconic acid, which is readily forming salt with calcium, which is soluble in water. This gluconic acid or aldonic acid will form salt with calcium readily, which is soluble in water. At the same time, it maintains the calcium level in the blood of the organism, of the living organism. It will maintain the calcium level in blood. So these are the biological importance of this aldonic acid. The second type of sugar acid is alduronic acid. If we consider glucose as the example, the particular derivative of glucose is termed as D-glucuronic acid. Here, the sixth carbon, that is primary alcoholic group, is undergoing oxidation to form carboxylic acid. The derivative of D-glucose in which a primary alcoholic group, normally this primary alcoholic group will be the sixth carbon, otherwise others all will be the secondary alcoholic group. CHOH is a secondary alcoholic group. CH2OH is the primary alcoholic group. This is undergoing oxidation using enzyme catalyst to form an acid called D-glucose or alduronic acid. As an example, this is a structure of D-glucose. This is the sixth carbon, which is a primary alcoholic group. In presence of an enzyme, this sixth carbon is oxidized into carboxyl group. So this is an example for gluconic aldonic acid, that is glucuronic acid. Alduronic acid, that is D-glucuronic acid, is this having this structure, and the Haber structure of glucuronic acid can be represented like this, where the sixth carbon, which is CH2OH, is oxidized to carboxyl group. This is the Fischer structure or open chain structure, and this is the Haber structure of D-glucuronic acid. Now, in the third type of sugar acids, before we go to the third type, let us see the biological importance of this alduronic acid. Alduronic acid is an essential component of structural polysaccharides such as hyaluronic acid and chondroitin. Then it is also a component of heparin, a polysaccharide which is present in blood vessels, which prevents the coagulation of blood. This alduronic acid is a component of heparin which prevents the coagulation of blood. Then at the same time, it helped in detoxification of drug in the system, and it is a component of pectin also. So these are the biological importance of alduronic acid, and we have seen the biological importance of aldonic acid also. The third type of sugar acid is a sugar where both the first and sixth carbon is undergoing oxidation. That is the aldehyde group, the carbonyl group, and the sixth carbon, that is primary alcoholic group. Both are undergoing oxidation in presence of concentrated nitric acid to form the corresponding carboxyl group. So there will be two carboxyl group in this aldaric acid. Third type of sugar acid is termed as aldaric acid. Here the derivative of D-glucose, in which both primary alcoholic group and aldehyde group are undergoing oxidation using concentrated HNO3 to form dicarboxylic acid called D-glucaric acid. This is a structure of D-glucose. The first carbon, which is a aldehyde group, and the sixth carbon is a primary alcoholic group. In presence of concentrated nitric acid, both carbons are undergoing oxidation to form a dicarboxylic acid, and the name of this is D-glucaric acid. So we have seen three different type of sugar acid: aldonic acid, then alduronic acid, then aldaric acid. With an example, taking an example as glucose, D-glucose, we have seen the structures, how to write the structures and example for the three different type of sugar acids. This is the open chain structure of aldaric acid, and its biological importance is it is used as an identification of sugar. This aldaric acid can be used in the identification of sugars. The third type of derived monosaccharide is sugar phosphate. Phosphate, this is a combination of phosphoric acid and the sugar, carbohydrate, a combined product of carbohydrate and phosphoric acid. The product will have a phosphate group at some position of the carbohydrate. The position will be the first carbon or the sixth carbon. Here the combining group will be the hydroxyl group of the carbohydrate and the hydroxyl group of the phosphoric acid. Both will be combining. With the elimination of water molecule, we get a phosphate group attached to the carbohydrate molecule. So sugar phosphates are derivative of sugar in which a hydroxyl group at the position first or sixth is replaced by a phosphate group to form a phosphate ester. The product is termed as a phosphate ester and is called as sugar phosphate or phosphate derivative of monosaccharides. As an example, we can give glucose 6-phosphate, fructose 6-phosphate, where the sixth carbon atom OH group is replaced by the hydrogen atom of the hydroxyl group is replaced by the phosphate group. Then fructose 1,6-diphosphate, where both first and 6 hydrogen of hydroxyl groups are replaced by phosphate groups. Then beta D ribose 5-phosphate. You know, ribose is a pentose sugar. Ribose contain only 5 carbon atoms. So here the hydroxyl group on the 5th carbon, the hydrogen of the hydroxyl group of the 5th carbon is replaced by a phosphate group, and beta D deoxyribose 5-phosphate. So ribose as well as deoxyribose both are pentose sugar. Remaining all are hexose, which contain 6 carbon atoms. So this is the Haber structure of glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate, which contain why we call it as 6-phosphate, the 6th carbon atom, which is CH2OH. This is the first carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6th position. CH2OH is the 6th position group. So here the hydroxyl group OH was there in the normal structure of D-glucose. This hydrogen will be replaced. That will be reacting with the OH of the phosphoric acid. With the elimination of water molecule, the ester will be formed. And so here the phosphate group will be linked. As the phosphate group is linked to the 6th carbon, we call it as alpha D glucose 6-phosphate. Similarly, fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose we can represent as a furano structure, and this is the first carbon and this is the 6th carbon. So here fructose 6-phosphate, 6th carbon, again when the phosphate group is linked, we call it as beta D fructose 6-phosphate. Similarly, we can write alpha D fructose 6-phosphate also, depending on the position of the OH and CH2OH group on the first carbon. So in this session, we have completed the derived monosaccharide, which was due in the first session. In the first session, we discussed only about amino sugars, which is the first monosaccharide derivative. In this session, we have seen the remaining two sugar, the monosaccharide derivatives, which are sugar acids and sugar phosphates.